guys! That was my impression of Good, and this is Mogswamp. Welcome back to another video of Flat World. Getting crazy with these impressions. Anyhow, we're here on my creative world, my brand new test world. And this was the old Mog Farm design. I was rebuilding it to do some tests. This is a brand new world. I just measured out 128 blocks because, as you know, a player has a 128 block sphere around it, or around him, in which mobs can spawn at any given time, and when not in that sphere, or mobs outside that sphere cannot spawn, so because they're too far away. So that's what makes mob farms efficient. If you have a 128 block radius cleared and the only place they can spawn is in a farm. So I was just doing some testing to try and find the most efficient design. I've really been worrying about whether 3 wide platforms are more efficient than the 7 wide platforms, considering that the mobs are processed faster on a 3 wide platform, but there's more spawning space with the 7 wide platform. So I came over here and I was experimenting with different designs for 3 wide platforms, and the water streams are probably the hardest part. And you know, I just decided, you know, let's get a little wacky. Let's do something a little out of the ordinary. And so I came up with this design. And these two sides were like those two sides. It's basically like one platform surrounded by 6 others, and then on all 4 sides of this hole, and then these parts interlap. And I went to place the water, and I noticed how nice this is. It's got a really nice, sleek water stream design, and there's no dead spots, and it's quick and it's snappy, and the mobs get processed very quickly using those water streams. And so I was trying to figure out the water streams over here when I thought to myself, you know what? Why don't we just take this part right here and work off that? So that's exactly what I did, and I ended up with this design right here. Now originally, these stone slabs, by the way, are to disable spider spawning, because we don't want spiders in this part of the system. So originally, the idea was that we could place, you know, 3 half slabs here and disable all the spider spawning. When then I thought, you know what, why should we do that when we can, boom, disable this 3x3 and this 3x3 and do the same on this side. So that reduces the number of stone slabs to 2 on each of these corners rather than 3. And basically, I can just show off how this works real quick. I'll spawn a creeper, and even if they spawn over here, I'm on peaceful. The slimes can get quite annoying when you're working in creative mode here. So even if, let's just go around, spawn a couple. Even when they're on the other side of the half slabs, they seem to find their way around very quickly. Even without, so even if this was covered up so that they couldn't jump on the half slabs, they seem to walk around very quickly. And as you can see, the water streams bring them there within a matter of seconds. That's why I love this design. Now it does look kind of weird, but one of the other reasons I love this design is there's no stairs and no signs, so no annoying placement. And that means that there's no place we have to dig down like on the other design. If I show, like, for example, right here, or possibly right here, there are all these weird stair places and signs and all these things we have to do to make sure the water streams don't interfere with each other. Whereas with this design, we don't have to dig down another level like usual. Like if we wanted to put a stair here, we'd have to dig down, and that just makes it even bigger. Also, it's just 4 water blocks. There's no signs, there's no stairs, so I really like that. And basically my idea is we repeat this by 4 and have them overlap a little bit. Let's just bring it back to peaceful here. I seem to be getting not the greatest frame rate, so I'm going to check that out in a second. Bear with me here. But, right, the idea is that we can repeat this design on all 4 sides. Boom, boom, boom. And then at the bottom, we'll bring the mobs together, all to one common collection point, which would be right here, I believe, is where they'd all collect eventually. And that's where... And another thing about this design, it's not like in the flat world. One of the things we were worried about was the hole is one big, and we were having to make a four wide water stream. So the water stream, we had to do something like that. I don't know if you saw the last episode. We no longer have to do that because it's a one wide hole that they end up in. Now the other thing, when we repeat this design, we have this little space right there, and usually these aren't necessary. It's basically eyes. So we have like a 3x3 space to work with, and I thought, man, I really would love to utilize that space and do something with it. And then I thought, that's something we're not getting in this farm, is Endermen. And I thought to myself, if we could somehow find a way to spawn Endermen, it would I wouldn't have to make a separate building for them. So that's what I did. I utilized this space. Basically, that was a bad example, but as soon as a mob lands or spawns, they're immediately pushed off. And I think this works. Let me just... It's being a little glitchy right now. It's probably because we're in creative mode or something. But if we... Yep. And so basically the mob will spawn and immediately be pushed off. Now, the reason I couldn't put the piston up here so that it would only push Endermen, so I was considering doing that, and that design would look something like this. You put a torch here, put a block here with a torch on it, and then put a block here, and I think that does it? Maybe not. What is it? You do a block there. Oh, that's it. A block here with a torch on it. Alright, so that way, when you're stepping on it, the piston goes out. And that would make it so only Endermen fall. But then I realized, wait a minute, we're going to be getting zombies, skeletons, creepers in here, and if that's the case, then if it only pushes Endermen, then the zombies, the skeletons, and the creepers will collect here and just fill up the spaces, and we'll never get any Endermen. So we need to just process the zombies, the skeletons, and the creepers as much as possible. But because this is the only place in the level where Endermen can spawn, I hope we'll be getting decent Enderman rates. I mean, of course, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spawnable blocks for them, but hopefully that'll be enough. So I'm gonna continue building this and show you what it's gonna look like when it's done. And in the meantime, I'm gonna check out why my frame rate is a little bit lower than usual. So I will meet you back in a couple minutes. Alright guys, so I've fixed the frame rate problem. It was just because I had my fraps set on 30 frames per second, so now we should be doing a little bit better, hopefully. At least I think so. Hopefully I switched it. If you just let me check real quick. Yep, I think it should be fixed, so hopefully we get better frame rates. But anyhow, still seems a bit, I don't know. But anyways, I've gone ahead and started a new world to test out some new things. So what I've built here is a little bit confusing looking, but this is basically a mock-up of our flat world right now. This is the bottom, this is the floor with the grass on it. Then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the second level, and as you guys know, this is all 14 blocks, space for mob contraptions and mob sorting, all that fun stuff. So then we come up here, and this is right now where that hole is in the flat world. Whoops, almost fell. And I want to show you guys how perfectly this design is working out so far. So I went ahead and I went back and took a look at some pictures, and this is where each of the holes ends up. There's one there, it would be right there, and on the other two sides as well. And the center is right here. Each side diagonally is 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th block right here. And each side, each of the two blocks right here where the mobs will be collecting is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15 blocks. So, why am I so happy right now? Because it is working out perfectly. What we need to do is have the mobs sorted so that they all end up in the middle, and as you guys know, water, as I'm about to demonstrate, travels 8 blocks in every direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it turns out, with this design, 8 blocks is the perfect amount, because here is where the mobs will drop through, and they will go to one of the sides, and 8 blocks... Alright, let's use the other side. 8 blocks stops right at the end there. The mobs are forced down here, and 8 blocks again straight to there, and they drop and they're killed. So, or we can put a block there and they collect and we can punch them. So just about everything with this design is working absolutely perfectly, so I'm very, very excited about that. I cannot wait to see how the concept actually holds up, because I'm about to sort of build it out a little more. So I'll build a little platform here just so we can imagine that this is the flat world, and I'm sure that this this test world will come in handy in the future, so that we may you know, experiment with mob sorting and things before we implement it into our actual flat world, and see how things work. Because so far this is going to be a perfect model of the flat world. So super, super excited to see how this turns out, and I'm going to now start building some of the mob chambers and see how the separator, or not the separator, but the water streams here work, and I'll be right back with the results. Hey guys, we're back again. Let me just grab some mobs. Sorry. Before I build up the other layers, I just wanted to show you guys how this is going to work before it all gets covered up. Real quick. Okay, we're at nighttime, so we're all good. Gonna spawn some mobs into here. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. There we go. So, gonna spawn some mobs. Oops. A skeleton. Maybe a couple creepers. And some zombies. So, basically, they fall down and choose a path. And then they go around the perimeter. All end up in here. And all find their way to the mill. Pretty straightforward. As far as I know, it's pretty foolproof. I haven't seen anything go wrong yet, and I've tested it a couple times. But yeah, so all the mobs will funnel down into here, like so, and then this is where we can see them go down, and then we end up right here. And the only mobs that are living are the zombies, because they have armor points, but they should be almost one-hit kills. And then if we put it up one more block, I think that should be that should kill, or that should save the skeletons and the creepers as well. This thing is really fun to play with, I gotta admit. So we'll spawn a couple more mobs in here and test that out. Alright, there they go. And like I said, they all survive. So actually, I counted wrong. Right here would be the block we're standing on. And then we just go through, kill them all one hit, and collect experience, collect their drops. Zombies will be... Zombies will have a couple of hit points because they have armor points. So they don't have any more health than creepers and zombies, but they have armors. So, which is also why their rare drops, some of their rare drops are like helmets. Yeah, or that's probably why. And if we put it like this, I think even zombies should die. So every single mob will die. So there's like a 3-block sort of control we have, where we can make it so that any one of the 3 dies. but keep in mind that if we want zombies to die, we'd have to dig a little hole in our floor, because like I said, I counted wrong. So our flat world actually is on this level. Level 60 in the flat world. Or, excuse me, level 50. Right, so now even the zombies are dying, and we can just walk up, collect the drops. So, I just wanted to show you that before I covered it all up. Right now, I'm going to... Goodbye, zombie. I'm going to start building the spawn pads, and I'll also cover all this with water real quick. Just so you know, people who are watching my flat world and or also want to do stuff like this themselves, it doesn't actually take very long. You can almost just kind of spam it, and the sources literally just spread. As you can see, right now we already have a huge lake, and if we just keep spamming it, I mean, of course you can't do this on single player, but on single player you can go through and just sort of click, 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 and then all of these are source blocks, so you grab water, click, grab water, click, 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 and so on, and then it spreads out. So that's how I'll be filling all of this up with water. I'll do that, and real quick we're just going to grab one of these and oopsie, make sure we have some space to work with here. Oh jeez, well that was poorly done. I'll make it better. I'll half slab it up, but where is the bucket? There we go. We'll just take this water out so we have a bit of a space to work with here. Something like that. But you guys get the picture. I'm going to build these spawn traps now, and I believe those little gaps where the Enderman will come out will be right here, and we can dig a hole in the floor and have them go down as well. So that should be awesome, and we'll take a look at that real soon. Hey guys, we're back again, and I have just completed this layer, the first layer of the Mog Farm, the new and improved design. It's pretty crazy, as you can see, but I definitely like it. I've gone ahead and filled those up. I'll just show you the process. It goes pressure plate there, repeater, and then redstone, and a piston and a piston. Then you come up, place the blocks here on top, and then fill up the top with blocks. And that should allow an Enderman to spawn right here and be pushed right off. Now unfortunately, this is right where the water goes, and actually this kind of amazed me because I don't know, it's just kind of insane to me that it actually meets up in that exact spot where the water is. And I was thinking, oh man, this stinks. Like now Endermen can't make it because there's the water there, and there's really no way to get around it. So what I'm gonna do is rather than make these rooms 3 high, I'm gonna go around and convert them all to 2 high like this, and that way we can have even more of them. So there can be another one right here. And we'll, as the tower grows, we can repeat this pattern up. Oh, actually, this, I just realized, this and the repeater was charging the piston down there. So we actually have to build it up one more block, but we're going to leave this filled in so Endermen don't spawn. So when we make a separate Enderman farm, it's more efficient. So anyways, we place the pressure plates here, put a hole, repeater, this will come to here, and same on this side, and then we simply put a piston here, not there, there, and there, and then we have that, put one hole there, and we can repeat it all the way up, and that's just more efficient mob spawning, because the mobs are immediately processed and pushed down into there. So that should be very, very efficient. So that just improves the space on the design, and hopefully it's not too redstone intensive, because as you know, redstone's going to be hard to get in the in 1.3 when we can finally get it from the villager trading. But right here we have 3 redstone in each repeater, 1 redstone there, and 1 redstone per piston, so that makes 5 on each side. 5 times 2 is 10 redstone, 10 times 4 is 40 redstone per level, and then we build that up times maybe 10, so that's like 400 redstone, which is maybe like 5 or 6 stacks, I don't know, that was a complete guess. But anyhow, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put in the ceiling. So basically I just need to build this all up one and then fill in wood, and then I will be right back and we can give it the first test. I'll record it so you guys can see the first ever test of this brand new farm, and let's hope for the best. So I'll see you then. Hey guys, welcome back again for what, the 5th time? I don't know, 6th maybe? So I put the roof on, everything's all set, and I spread the water out a little bit. It gets stuck in the corners. Let me just show you real quick. I have this problem on my flat world too. It's because if, I believe it's because if the water is still spreading while you leave the chunk, then the water streams get all messed up, and I'll just show you real quick what I'm talking about. Now if you come down here and place some water, it should show up. See that? That's where the water's all messed up, and you just place water. You can also place a block to fix it, and it does happen pretty much the whole way down. If I just fill this in, there's more of it. And yeah, just taking care of this real quick, making sure everything's good. Looks like we got a problem over here, maybe not. Just loading in right here. And right here. It's not that important, but just want to make sure the water's spread far enough. But anyhow, if we come back to our tower here, we're going to give it the first test and see how it works out. So I lit up all the platforms. I half slabbed that platform and I lit up all of that. We gotta light this up real quick. Let's see, what's the middle here? Maybe not. Right there. So we can change it to nighttime and change it to hard mode, and while we light this up, hopefully the mobs will start spawning. Whoops. So we're just gonna go around lighting all this up. Okay. And hopefully we get some really nice rates. I think it will be, and this is almost exactly like what I have on my flat world, so hopefully whatever we get here we'll be getting there as well. Of course there's some, you know, human error on the flat world, on the real flat world, because I'm sure there are places in my big tower that I haven't lit up. But as you can hear, we're already getting a lot. Let's see, F3 it, there's already 12, 11 entities. So real quick, light this up and go take a look. Just one more platform. Torch, torch. So I'm not sure how these piston contraptions are going to work, but hopefully they do something. If not, maybe I'll just think about not doing them, because they are They do require redstone, but we'll just have to see. So the mobs are going through and ending up down there in the middle. Skeleton. Let's see, we already got... let's go on over to normal mode and delete this stuff. Perfect. Get rid of that interface. So it's been maybe a minute. We've already got plenty of drops. It's actually going pretty crazy right now. Wow. Yeah, it's working very, very nicely. So, if we turn creative mode back on real quick and grab some glass, I'm just going to make this 2 higher and go back to and see how it works as an XP farm. So, I think, I mean, as long as we have plenty of food, because as you guys know, punching things does bring your hunger bar down quite a bit. I think this will be a great way to gain XP. As you can see, we already went from level 5 to level 7 in basically a matter of seconds. The zombies take more than one hit, of course, but I don't think it's a super problem. You almost can't keep up with it. Oh my goodness. And as you can see, already level 9 and growing, 10. So, especially when the new XP system comes out on August 1st, of course, it's going to be great. Already have like 30 rotten flesh, so I think this system is going to work quite nicely. I'm just curious as to whether the piston contraption is doing anything at all to help us out. Oops, don't want to turn that on. So let's go take a look. Wow, yeah, as you can see, I don't think there are any clogs. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. Wow. Spoke too soon. So it looks like it's so efficient that the mobs are having trouble coming down fast enough. That is a nice problem to have, I'll admit. Real quick, let's just turn it to peaceful, and we can turn it to daytime as well so we can see better. Let's try grabbing some wood here, and we'll grab some signs. And let's see if we can make it a 3x3 area. So, gonna want to delete this tube and make it, let's see, 3x3 would be like this. I just want to see how this helps out the system, how it, if it clogs it, or if it helps with the clogging. So we're gonna place a torch real quick there, or not a torch, a sign. Actually, we can just place signs here, all the way around. Perfect. Now we delete that, and we can put glass all the way around. Of course, on the real design, I probably will keep it only 1 wide, but I don't know, we'll have to see, because right now it seems there's too many mobs for the system to handle, which, as I said before, is always a great problem to have. If there's any problem I would like to have, it's that there's too many mobs. That's great. So, of course, though, we do want to kill them as fast as possible if we are having other mob systems working. For example, if we hook up a slime farm, we're going to want to be killing these mobs as fast as possible, or even just disabling the mob farm, which I still have to think about ways to have interactive redstone lighting, or maybe switches with lava. I'm not really sure. I don't think the lava thing is a good idea, mostly because I'm probably going to end up building this out of wood. Sort of like what we have up there. Maybe not so many logs, because that would be very, very resource intensive and it would take me forever to build. But yeah, we can think about it. Right now I'm just gonna extend this to the bottom here and see how it turns out. We don't have to go all the way down with it. I just want to see how the mobs are handled. If we can even block this up. If there's more room for them to go down, will they clog up as much? Because then we can think about ways to help them not get so clogged up. So, it sounds like I'm talking about the mobs being constipated. So, now we can give it another go. We'll turn it midnight, difficulty hard. Maybe go down here. Wait, no, we want to be up on this second platform. And turn off creative mode. I don't really know why we're turning off creative mode, but oh well. And we'll actually see how this is going. Already we're getting mobs pouring down. Really quick, I'm going to replace the half slabs that were here. Just curious, want to take a look inside, see what's going on in here. So if we block this back up, see how the mobs are going. Of course, they're probably not really going to spawn often while I'm in here because I'm so close to them. It looks like it's working pretty well though. Almost wish there was a way I could see how well, but that's okay. So let's take a look and see. Right, so it doesn't seem nearly as clogged up as before, and we have quite the group here. Turn off creative mode again. Let's try breaking this glass. Oh, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Crap. Before we break the glass, we want to make sure it's water, because otherwise the creepers will destroy everything. And, oh, getting a text message. There. Okay. So let's turn them back on again, of course. And give me some glass. And there we go. Now we can destroy this block. And let's see, are they spawning again? Yep. So, let's just watch this for a second, and then we'll probably wrap the episode up, and I think this is definitely the design we're going to be using in the end here. I'm really, really happy with it, I gotta say. Everything just works out so well. The only things that didn't work out as well were that we couldn't put the Enderman farm in between, and also, see, this is why I opened it up, because they should shoot the creepers, and then that'll clean it out. Oop. Anyways, what was I saying? Right. But the thing about the Enderman farm is it's not too much of a shame, because we want our tower to stay a circle, and originally I was going to leave it like this, but I realized how funky it would look if I built that up and it's on top of a circle. I mean, maybe we'll like the way it looks, but I can't really tell yet. So if we do end up putting a circle around this and then maybe having observation rooms and things inside these circles, we can definitely, like, so if you can imagine, the circle corner would have to be like right here, so then the circle would come around and come out quite a bit, if you know what I mean. and make an arc right here with blank space, and maybe right there we could put the Enderman farm, and even spider farms if we can work them out. And that way we can have all our hostile mobs together. And but if not, we can just build separate spawners for each of the two. I have an idea for a spider farm that might work pretty nicely, so hopefully we can get that worked out. But for now, I think we're going to end this episode here. Shoot me off immediately. Thank you guys for watching. And oh my goodness. Oh god. I'll see you guys next time.